Good afternoon, my name is Ben Churchhouse and I'm the co-producer of the HR Congress Brussels 2018. And I'm here to talk with you a little bit more today about the tracks that we'll be offering at the HR Congress. So this year we've got 3 tracks split up across the 2 days of the event. The first track is the Reinventing Organizations track. The second track is HR Leadership, and the third is Practical HR. Now, the first track is Reinventing Organizations, and it's a big track. There's a lot of big questions going on in the organizational development world at the moment, and HR is going to play a huge role in the way that organizations are changing and for the future of work. Now, as all the new technology is abounding on the market, digital technologies, IoT, AI, all of these things combined with new management methodologies such as Agile, which isn't really new but is kind of new for some organizations, there are going to be a huge number of changes for organizations as they develop. So this track is really dedicated towards how technology, new management methodologies and new ideas are changing the way that organizations operate. And to tie them with HR, we'll be looking at how HR can play a driving role in these transformation projects. So some of the topics that we'll be covering in this track include the influence of AI and automation in HR and the organization, the role of agile methodologies and new management methodologies in reinventing the way that work takes place in the organizations. We'll be looking at how teams operate within a new teaming structure for organizations and many other ideas similar to this. So it's really a big picture track, and hopefully some of these ideas will influence the way that your organization and the organizations around you function in the world for the years to come. The second track that we'll have this year at the HR Congress is the HR Leadership track. Now, leading an HR organization is a very strategic role, one that requires a great deal of both tactical and strategic acumen for leaders in the HR organization. Now, instead of just focusing on the CHRO or the most senior HR directors in the organization, this track is really going to look at how people who aspire to lead, not only in small organizations but in large HR organizations, have to transform the way they function and transform the way their business operates. So HR leadership is changing. It's changing from being more of a strategic business partner to now being a driver of strategic change. There really is a mandate for HR to have a seat at the table, and the HR leadership track is going to focus on some of the initiatives that HR leaders can undertake in their organizations to drive change. This can be everything from transforming the way employee experience operates to personal leadership transformation changes, right the way through to being an ambassador as a CHRO to the board and executives of the company. So if you aspire to lead, or if you are an HR leader in your organization, this is a track that's going to give you some idea of the things that other practitioners and thought leaders are doing at the moment in the world of HR. So as technologies are changing things, as organizations are shifting and evolving, HR leaders are really at the forefront of how organizations operate. And this track is really going to focus on how people can really drive strategic change, not just be a partner, not just be someone who puts their word into the management, but really be a partner to the business in the most full sense. So it's going to be a fascinating look at leadership now and leadership as it will be for HR in the near future. The third track that we'll be having this year at the HR Congress Brussels is the Practical HR track. Now, we all know that HR is a very strategic function, one that has a huge number of challenges and one that drives a lot of initiatives within the organization. But the reality is that most HR practices are day-to-day. Recruitment, talent management, onboarding, performance management, these are things which happen every day in HR departments around the world. And for the most part, no one really has these huge, grand strategic initiatives in mind when they're thinking of their day-to-day work. So the Practical HR track is really focused on how some of the evolutions and changes that are happening in HR are being felt and dealt with by HR professionals from around the world. So this track is going to look at a number of case studies from a very practical perspective on how HR is changing at the moment. Some of the great topics that we'll be including are case studies from performance management, the reinvention of performance management, people analytics, all the way from recruitment and onboarding to employee experience. Just really down-to-earth, practical sessions from practitioners from around the world. For more information or to contact us, please visit hr-congress.com or follow us on social media.